Industry Insider is only available at Promo Corner, the leader in digital marketing for the promotional products industry. Each Monday, they discuss, dissect, and debate a single issue impacting the world of promotional marketing from every industry perspective. Now, it's time for Promo Corner's Industry Insider.
Welcome to another edition of the Industry Insider, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, the National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA. And I'm joined today by three other lovely folks. But before we get to them, we've got to tell you this incredible broadcast that you're about to hear is from our good friends over at Tervis. Meg, you got that Tervis laying around anywhere? I can't see the screen, so I don't know. An audible response would be good.
I was drinking it as you were reading it.
This incredible, let me remind you, this incredible broadcast that you're tuning into. Look, Tervis has been around since 1946 and celebrating 75 years in business. They started with their classic line. They've got sleek styles that make perfect for the active and on-the-go lifestyle. Tervis is the original double-wall insulated drinkware that keeps your cold drinks cold and reduces condensation. They're also backed by a made-for-life guarantee. Tervis is the original customizable double-wall insulated drinkware that keeps your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold. Available in several sizes, including a 16-ounce mug, 16 or 24-ounce tumbler, and a 24-ounce water bottle. Made from Triton plastic, made in America, lifetime warranty, dishwasher, and microwave safe. And they're also BPA free. So go check them out at tervispromos.com and let them know that the Industry Insider sent you and that you saw Meg's fancy Tervis tumbler there and you want to get one of those. Thank you, Meg. Or should I say Vanna? Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, since I've already used you for the ad read, why don't we say hi to you first, Meg? How are you?
How are you? I'm doing good.
I'm doing all right as well. You know,
I'm super excited. Wait, hold on real quick. We have in a couple episodes, we have a really fun Christmas episode coming up, and I've been teasing the guys. We're gonna have some awesome unboxing, except the guys haven't done their shopping yet, but we're gonna do a really fun unboxing thing, and I love the presents that I got them. That's all. I'm excited.
Sounds good. A little teaser for that. Then I guess you'll have to tune in a couple weeks. Steve McFadden, how are you?
Doing great. I'm just happy that Meg reminded me that I need to get a gift for the episodes coming up. So
yeah,
I know a cool one. It's called the Lion Latch. You can check it out. Right?
Oh,
to check it out.
Introduced and she's dropping bombs already.
Throwing that out there.
Fair enough. I had to ask Meg some awkward questions this morning. So all right. Well, the other voice that you heard, we're not going to dive into that, Stephen, but the other voice you heard was Lerin Lockwood, owner of Lion Latch, as seen on TV. Look, you've been on ABC's Good Morning America. You've been on Shark Tank. So really excited to have you on the show. We were discussing prior to going live that you're now our third Shark Tanker on this podcast. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, really excited to hear your story and, go into the topic for today, which is basically, launching a new product and then doing the whole retail promo tandem and how that works out and sort of what you've maybe learned along the way. And, of course, launching a product in these times, certainly any stories you've got there would be fun to entertain as well. But it is customary for us to give our guests a good 3 to 4 minutes to introduce yourself, Laryn, how you found the promotional products industry and what you've been up to since.
Okay, thank y'all for having me. I'm excited to talk about the Lion Latch. I love doing podcasts and Zoom speeches, I guess. And really, I'm a teacher and a coach. And originally, I was coaching softball, and I was newly engaged. And I've never had a piece of nice jewelry in my entire life. So I didn't know I was supposed to take it off, despite the fact that my high school athletes have to take their jewelry off. It's against the rules for them to wear jewelry during practice or sports or games. And I had this ring on and I was catching in for my outfielders. And I caught this ball from our center fielder who can throw the ball from the fence to home plate. And it stung. My hand stung so bad. And it normally does because she can really throw it in there. And this time I removed my hand from the glove and realized that that ball had flattened my engagement ring into my finger and it knocked out a diamond, and I couldn't find the diamond. So I'm out there shaking my glove, checking all through it, putting my hands back in it, looking in the grass. I can't find this diamond. I call my fiance, and luckily he still married me, but he was, pissed off, to say the least. And we had to pay to have the ring repaired, and it just sucked. I felt like I did something really wrong because this was something I loved and he worked hard to get for me. And after we got it fixed, I realized, you know, I need to be taking this thing off before I'm on the field. Well, if I remembered to when I was in the office, I would put it somewhere in my office and forget it there for days, because, you know, you take it off and you don't see it and remember to put it back on. Well, it stays there. And then I would remember while I was on the field, sometimes I need to take it off there. Well, where am I going to put it? In my pocket? Absolutely not. So I started putting it on a carabiner on my keys. Well, the keys were scratching my ring like crazy. It's platinum. And I learned the hard way, you know, platinum is very malleable. And I hit the drawing board. You know, I'm an art teacher. So I start drawing up some plans. I start measuring people's rings. I love problem solving. So this was right up my alley. And I create this design of the Lion Latch. And the reason it's unique and it's got a patent, I have a utility patent on it, is because it's not a screw top lid. So everything I found was like a pill container, which was metal and could also scratch my ring again. And it came unscrewed. Well, that scared me. So I made the Lion Latch design where the stem is attached to the base of the cup. And now the lid goes on. And then it comes with this carabiner that when you lock it through the hole, now it's locked shut. So there's no way this lid is coming off as long as the ring is on it. And so that also allowed me to attach it to my keys. And so I could keep it in my pocket without forgetting it or it falling out, which is what tends to happen to most people. And then also when I grab my keys to leave, I see my Lion Latch and I remember to put my rings back on. So this is perfect last minute storage, and it's only meant to store your ring short term. So you remember to put it back on, because that's the whole purpose of having the jewelry to begin with, right? But sometimes we have circumstances where we have to take it off. And in that case, it was for me while I was coaching and playing sports. But that's not the only time I used it. I mean, when I'm working out, I would grab the bar and remember, oh man, I got my ring on, just grab my keys or my water bottle. I attach my keys in my water bottle or together with the Lion Latch. And I mean, even teaching art, I'd hop on the pottery wheel to show a kid how to throw something real quick. And oh my God, my rings are on and I don't want to dig clay out. Digging clay out of your ring is awful. So it comes in handy quite often. I mean, those are just the main times I use it. But I mean, even when I'm cooking or cleaning, working outside, you know, I'm remodeling a building. And so I've been taking my rings off quite frequently there too. But I kickstarted it. It was originally 3D printed and I kickstarted it to pay for the mold. And I got it funded. I went around my community and got them to help me back the idea. And thank you. I was on the back of parade floats with my tennis team, throwing Lion Latches off there and for flyers. And they helped me get it off the ground. And, you know, for 2 years, I didn't really do anything because I just did it for fun. But then jewelry stores started reaching out to me, and Jewelers Mutual Insurance is the #1 ring insurer in the US. And they reached out to me to do a promo. And I learned how to do promotional screen printing. And so this is one I most recently did for Henderson and Co. Maybe y'all can see that, but I just kind of, yes, it's pad printed. It's pad printed. Yes. And so I also like pad print, like sports balls on it. I mean, and then here's a softball one, you know, of course, but I just fell into the promotional product industry. So then people were asking me for my sales sheet and my prices, and I had to do all kinds of research to try to figure out what they're talking about.
Someone needs to tag Eric Levin in this, because when I used to work for him back in like 10 whatever years ago, I don't know, what year is that? So 12 years ago, he was so into, you know, because after 9/11, everything shut down, you know, and they were saying the only thing that's not recession proof, or that's recession proof, is sports. Because, you know, week after 9/11, George Bush is there throwing that pitch at the game, and the sports were continuing to go. So he really made a push with vertical markets into the sports, you know, water bottles, book bags, everything. So that would literally fit in. And I'm like, here, I'm trying to sell to Eric, but someone tag Eric. He's going to see this.
No, that's
Are you
great.
literally saying that sports are recession proof the year after every major league sport took a year.
This was in 2001. Okay.
Not pandemic proof, but recession proof. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
No, I mean, this was when he started developing all these products. I mean, it would be like a regular stainless steel water ball with a basketball on top, and it kind of fit into like a whole vertical market program that you could offer to your clients. And now here you have these cool little ring things, or the
Lion Latches.
Yeah.
They're on the go jewelry storage.
So Laryn, how'd you come up with the name?
Yeah.
I love alliteration. I used to teach English and I know that alliteration works, and also that animals, if people can remember the animal in the logo, they can potentially Google it. And I could have named it the Lion Lock, but when I Googled that, there are a million lion locks from centuries and centuries. So I named it Lion Latch because it latches closed and you latch it on to other things. And that's where the name came from. And also the logo is a lion head door knocker. I love the movie The Labyrinth, and so I love door knockers. And I made the lion head, and my friend drew a diamond ring in the mouth as the door knocker.
So have you had a custom door knocker made for your front door yet in the logo or in the form of?
That's a great idea. I haven't, but actually when I was studying ceramics in college, I made a whole series of door knockers, big animal heads.
A new building, right? And you were going to make an art studio out of it. Tell us about that. You could even do this, since it's your own project. You can make a little door knocker there.
You're right. I can. Y'all are full of all kinds of ideas. Well, what money I've actually profited from my business, besides being able to stay home and raise my kids, I have invested in a building in downtown Burnett, and it's right by our HEB, and I'm turning it into an art school for our community, because we're here in the country. There's not a whole lot of things to do other than sports. And that's kind of something I'm trying to bring to everyone, because art is for everyone. You don't have to be amazing at it to enjoy it. It's meant to be a mental break. You could be, I took my husband helped me out with the kids for 3 hours last Sunday. And I went to my art studio and I Mod Podged a mirror with Calvin and Hobbes comic strips. And it was amazing. Like, what a refresher. And again, that doesn't take a ton of talent to do, but it is really an awesome way to meditate. Even coloring is good for you. So that's something I'm excited to bring to the community. And I'm fundraising by selling a children's book that I organized with one of my art students. And all the sales from that is going towards buying pottery wheels for my art school.
Is there like a link or anything that we could post for you to kind of push that out, or we can put it in the comments?
Probably. I mean, I've just been sending people Google forms, and then they've been paying me Venmo. And the Google form, like, you put your address and everything, and I ship it out. But I have it right here. But the best part about it is it's about my French bulldog. And it's just pretty cute. It just talks about like the funny, weird things that Frenchies do. So like, here's Snoot and Toot. I don't know if y'all know anything about Frenchies, but this is what they're known for. Okay. Yeah. And then Z is like, let's see, Z is for Zoomies. Oh yeah. Because they like to run around like crazy. They're weird. They're like aliens. But anyway, so that's kind of it. And I teamed up with one of my art students, and she's autistic, but we're trying to get people, like, get the word out that, just because you're on the spectrum doesn't mean you can't do the most amazing things. And if you love art, you should pursue it, or you should pursue the things you love. So that's kind of the message behind the book as well.
Yeah. I want to backpedal for just a second, because as you were sort of doing your introduction, you had mentioned how, when you take the ring off at home or whatever, you'd sort of forget to put it back on, or you'd leave it sit somewhere for a while. And I just got to throw my wife under the bus for a hot second.
Get her.
She does the same thing. So when I find the ring laying around somewhere, I'll actually hide it.
That is evil.
No, it's not.
That is evil. Yes, no, that is.
Leave it on your
finger. It's gut wrenching. That is the most gut wrenching feeling, to not know where your ring is.
Yeah, but she always knows that I took it. If she can't find it, she knows I have it. So
well, that's good. One of my friends had the same thing happen to her, but her husband took it to get it cleaned, and she kept it a secret from him for 3 days that she couldn't find it. She's like crying, digging through the trash for the third time. And she finds it. He comes up to her and he's like, "Hey, I got your ring cleaned," and she's like, "What?"
I think we just need some more Lion Latches out there, you know?
Mhm.
Absolutely, it's
That's-
a frequent like occurrence for people. It's
Yeah.
hard.
You're in the promotional products industry. Are you now a supplier? Did you pair up with another supplier? Like, how does that work? How does somebody in this industry get them for their company? Like, how does that work?
I'm still working through that right now. People just email me and I let them know what colors I have in stock or when I'm expecting colors in stock. And locally, I haven't found anyone to pad print for me. And I put out some feelers the other day, which I think is how y'all found me, trying to find a solution to doing this. But I've just been shipping them to a company in Dallas. I used to have the Lion Latch manufactured in Dallas, so my manufacturer would just take it to them and they would do it for me. But now I'm shipping them the lids and then we ship them to the customer. But turnaround time hasn't been too terrible. It keeps getting a little longer because people are out with COVID and
Yeah.
it's hard to find good help that wants to stay and work. So we're kind of struggling there too. But once I get the inventory, then I can take all the promotional orders and then think about like in the future how I can make it easier on everyone.
You have
Yeah, I
8
mean-
month old. He work, right? That's old enough.
Oh yeah. Well, my 4-year-old can go get me like she can get me the tags or carabiners or whatever I need. She knows the colors and stuff, but she's been around this since birth, so she kind of knows what to do. The 8-year-old, not so much. He likes to eat them. He thinks they're teethers, and it's not as convenient at this moment.
Yeah. So you officially started in 2015, correct?
Yes, that's when I ran my Kickstarter.
All right. And how long did it take you to get the product sort of up and running?
I actually started the Kickstarter at the beginning of October. I got it funded at the end of October, and I had them in enough time to ship out in time for Christmas that same year.
That's quick.
Yeah, but I have a Texas manufacturer,
That's awesome.
so that's why it was easier. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So now that you've sort of fell into promo, have you noticed, sort of one taking over the other? Or are you noticing your sales coming more from one particular area, or? versus the
I
retail
do mostly website orders or just individual orders is where I make the most of my money. If I get on a TV show, of course, that's where the majority of it comes from. But if not, my website and Amazon. I try not to promote Amazon though, because they take such a big cut.
Yeah, they do.
And it's not as beneficial for my website, but I get that people order from there. And with promotional, I mean, people just come out of the woodworks. Hey, my friend had this and said you could screen print, or I went to order this for my daughter and saw that you screen print on your website. So, I mean, they'll kind of come in from out of nowhere. Sometimes I'll have friends that work for a big company and they're like, hey, what colors do you have? If you have our color, most businesses have our color. They're like, let's make a deal. I'm like, all right. But hopefully I have the inventory. Right now I'm kind of out of stock because of Shark Tank. So we're waiting on that next round of inventory.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Will you walk us through your experience on Shark Tank? Like, did they come find you? Did you apply? Like,
If you're allowed.
Yeah, if you're allowed.
I applied 3 times. I went and auditioned in person, and in January of 2020, I made it to the last in-person audition and like a casting call, and it was in Dallas, and that was it. After that, it shut down because of COVID, and I didn't get picked that year. It's a good thing because I ended up being pregnant, and I wouldn't have been able to leave my family for 2 weeks to quarantine for the show, which is what most everyone that season were having to do. So this year worked out perfect. I had the baby and I had him in March. And then in July, I got a call and it said, you're in the next round. We found your audition from last year. I was like, oh my God, seriously, this is amazing. And then it's just a long process of videos, Zoom conferences, forms. You're filling out tons of paperwork because they want to make sure you're legit, that you actually have the money or made the money that you say you have. And it was a long process. So from May to the from May to the middle of July, I was doing meetings and forms and trying to learn my pitch. And then middle of July, I pitched. And then from there, you don't know if you'll air. Even if you got a deal, you don't know if you'll air or not.
Hmm.
So I was like a nervous wreck this whole process because, oh my God, I finally made it on the show. And then it's, oh my God, I'm switching manufacturers. This is a scary time. Then I film, I didn't get a deal, and I kind of felt like a failure, but it turns out, you know, as long as you air, you're going to be okay pretty much, and you have a good product. And then I was just like, oh my God, I filmed. Was I good enough to air? And then I found out I was going to air, and I was like, oh my God, are people going to like me? Are they going to portray me in a good light? So it's just been like this whole ball of worrying.
Yeah.
It has, but it's been great. The response has been really wonderful. I received so many emails from teachers that, you know, they're like, you're doing it. You're living the dream. Thanks for one lady said, thanks for making teachers look smart. And I was like, thank you. Like, you think I made you look smart? That makes me feel so good. But it was definitely a roller coaster. And I mean, it's what I wanted, and I got it. And I'm just thankful that I aired and I didn't look too shabby on there, you know, so it worked out.
So what's the
process
go ahead
people through, because I know somebody else that's personally been through that, and it's grueling actually.
Oh, it is. And imagine having a 3-month-old baby that's relying on you to survive. And it is just insane. It was very hard. And that's kind of one example I have as a mompreneur that a lot of people can't relate to is, you know, I'm trying to raise this baby. He relies on me for food, and he's not big enough for baby food yet. And it was just hard. It was very hard. And then mom guilt kicks in because I have to leave him for like 40 hours. And oh man, it was tough, but I mean, it's over and done, and I'm thankful for the opportunity, and I'm glad they finally put me on the show. Because I just kept going. I just kept showing up at those auditions until they got me on there.
Yeah. So Stephen, what were you going to say?
I was just going to ask, so what's the future look like for Lion Latch? Excuse me.
Oh my goodness. Right now I have a new manufacturer, and they're like probably 45 minutes from me, which is nice because I can go in, check in, and we can talk. And if I need product in a hurry, I can get it in a hurry. But I'm in Texas. I'm about an hour outside of Austin.
Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. And I mean, I've got other ideas, but we've got to get this idea down right first, and then we'll move on to the next ones. But I'm just trying to grow the brand and continue to stay home with my kids, because that's the goal, and then keep working on my art school.
Yeah.
I love that.
Awesome.
So I know you'd mentioned that you were looking for pad printers, and I don't know if you've potentially may have done this already, but if you look up the manufacturers of pad printers, a lot of times the people will give you a list of people they've sold the equipment to.
Okay.
And that way you could maybe reach out to people that have the equipment that would be looking to use it, obviously. So that might be a tip. I don't know, but we have got you a new customer, I believe. Alan Letson chimed in the comments and said that he's got a client that would love to see those. He'd love to share them with. So Alan,
Cool.
the website is lionlatch.com. So definitely feel free to check that out and reach out to Laryn to
Thank
get
you.
some.
At the bottom of my website, it says like wholesale and promo application. So if y'all just want to shoot me a message through there, I would love to chat with y'all about it. I'm trying to make things quicker and easier, but I'm just waiting on the inventory to get here first.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the I don't know, quarter of the year, waiting on the inventory.
Mhm.
Well, it's
But
a
I
little bit
have
of a
to
different story
remember-
though, because Laryn, you said you're manufacturing here in the States, right?
Absolutely. And that's what I was about to say is I've got to remember that I'm very fortunate that once my inventory is done, I can just get it. It's not going to be floating on in a port waiting on it to be received. I mean, I've got a lot of friends that their product has been waiting to be received and no one is checking it in, like it's sitting there. But you know, you may have seen the maps showing all the little lights of where boats are, and it's hard time right now.
We've discussed that in great detail on this podcast over the last several months, I should say.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You almost weren't talking about supply chain issues.
Almost. We almost made it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Almost.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not.
Well, I think
Well,
we should. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say her supply chain issues are from a much different perspective because
Yeah.
Shark Tank wiped her out. Now she's got to get more, and I don't. Your production timeline is probably not that bad. Especially since they're being made in the States. So I compared to what other people are facing, I think you're perfectly fine, right?
Okay. Thank you. That makes me feel better.
Absolutely. Do you guys have any other questions for Laryn, or should we?
I had
wrap
so
things
many,
up?
but I was just listening and I'm in awe because I know you're a mom, you're at home, you're working from home with these kids. I know how hard that is. You're a teacher. You're like, I'm
you.
done with these kids, learn yourselves, and I'm gonna
Pretty much. I'm going to raise my own kids is what I was
Raise my
thinking.
kids. Are you homeschooling your kids or are you sending them to school?
Right now, my oldest is 4. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, she goes to art lessons with me on Friday, and we go over the days of the week and stuff here because I'm tired of her asking me how many more days until Christmas or Thanksgiving or Halloween. It's obviously an ongoing thing. So that's kind of our homeschooling here.
Yeah, explaining time to children is very difficult. I've got a 4-year-old and one that's about to turn 3, and that's I know where you're at.
Right. How many more days until Saturday? I'm like, well, today's Monday, and then she sings the days of the week song, and then she's like counting, and
Yeah,
it's good. But sometimes she counts lion latches. So there we go.
that's
There you
cool.
All right.
Very cool. Do you guys have any other questions for Laryn? No,
All good.
Rapid
Exciting.
fire?
Laryn, any questions for us?
Oh man, I should have written it down. Okay, we talked about how to find some people that pad print. I mean, I put on the group. I put on the group about the pad printing thing, and a lot of people said that they want to do it for me, but no one's here locally. And they were like, "Why would you want to do it yourself? You've got other things to do." And I was like, "That's a good point. I don't want to do it myself, but I mean, if it makes it a faster process, and makes me more appealing to customers, but hey, I do everything in house. Wouldn't that be amazing? I mean." That's personally my goal, is to get everything here. And if I have to, I'd create local jobs, which darn, that's awful, isn't it? I mean, that would be great. This is a small town, it's a community, and I want to help in any way possible. That's another reason I wanted the Lion Latch made in the US. I mean, I can actually go and talk to the people who are helping me with my product, and I see their families, and that's important to me. But really, yeah, I just got to get this pad printing figured out. And I don't want to cut the people out that do it for me already, but I mean, it's just adding to the time, shipping and there and back.
Your cost, you can't control, because you can't control the production time. You're leaving it in somebody else. And then the cost, those are 2 things that once you kind of settle out by buying the equipment, it almost might be beneficial for you to do it and learn how to, you just have to get a laser thingy and a pad print thingy and some ink, and there you go. Just done.
Technical terms here on the Industry Insider.
Get the thingies and do the stuff.
That's what I do. Okay.
Fair enough.
I don't know what else to do. Like, what other questions I have? I mean, I did the ASI show a couple of years ago, and the response was insane. My booth was packed with people. But then the next year COVID happened, and it was like merp. So
Laryn,
I lost a lot of leads.
You should check into PPAI. PPAI.org. They've got the expo in Vegas. It's actually the industry's largest trade show, and they are back in person this year in January. So it might not be too late to sign up if you wanted to do it this year. But that would be a hell of a show.
Right. And then this is another thing, is like I have a baby. So that's kind of what's difficult for me right now.
Yeah.
I know. That baby.
Always a problem. Gotta feed him.
I know, he's such a good problem. And I'm so glad that I can be here with him. Like, it's awesome. Because when I'm having a bad day, I just go pick up my baby. Right. So, okay. So the PPAI show.
Yep.
And ASI. And another thing is kind of price points. I don't know what what has changed in price points with, materials going up and USA made products, and just kind of making some decisions like that. Where, a lot of
Laryn a mentor in this industry. I think she needs a mentor. We need to put her in that mentor program with Promo Kitchen. I think that's all you need is just a mentor, someone, because these are just things that we're like, these are everyday things that are like a common like language for us almost, and we were like, you're almost there, you're just
yeah.
And you have it, and I think now you just need like a mentor in our industry that can kind of like walk you through, give you the context. We'll set you up with that. We'll get you.
Cool, thanks, Meg.
That's all you need. I really think that's all
I
you
knew
need.
I liked y'all.
And there's some
another
good people
show
in Texas too. There's a lot of factories there, a lot of suppliers there, a lot of people that you could even visit and see. There's lots of good connections there where you're at.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's another show that you could potentially look into as well that maybe Meg could shed some light on in the New England area.
Well, New Jersey,
kind of. Northeast, whatever, same thing.
We'll talk. Yeah, it's promotion season. It's gonna be awesome, but it's in Atlantic City, so it's a little bit closer to home. But we'll talk offline. So.
Okay.
All right, very good. Well, look, if you guys enjoyed the episode, it was brought to you by our good friends over at Tervis. Meg, this is where you pull out the Tervis again and show it off to everybody. That beautiful custom 360-degree UV printing. Look, they added stainless to their well-established line as well about 2 years ago, with the goal of being better than the competition by utilizing that the state-of-the-art custom 360-degree UV printing. And they've available in 4 different sizes. They've got a 12, a 24, a 30 ounce, and then also a 24 ounce water bottle. And now they've also got 24, 30, and 40 ounce wide mouth bottles, which is great for popping ice cubes in and that sort of thing. Easy cleaning, all that good stuff. So look, you get a 5-year warranty. They're 18.8 copper lined, vacuum insulated. They'll keep your drinks hot for 8 hours, keep your drinks cold for 24 hours. They're pretty awesome. Go check them out at tervispromos.com and tell them that the Industry Insider sent you. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Stay tuned. Like Meg said, she's put out a couple little fishing lines out in the water. So come check out the next couple episodes. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Take care.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Promo Corner's Industry Insider. For more great content from industry thought leaders, including podcasts, blogs, and videos, visit promocorner.com.